This is where the rubber meets the road, isn't it? Separate the wheat from the chaff. The hardcore traders from the softies, huh? We're getting close to the holidays. Oh, well, you know, my in-laws in town. I just don't have time for Forex. It's too hard. Yeah. All right, so let me tell you, yesterday I slept about 5 hours. Last night I got about 4-ish. I am ridiculously tired. I'm also trying to squeeze in family stuff, and I'm running around taking care of the kids, making sure they feel loved, make sure they have a Christmas experience. And meanwhile, I got to do my phone, and I got to do this, and I got the trades going on, and this going on, that going on. And I'm still here for you, bro, and I still trade. It's a good month. I'm having a great December. November was fantastic. Everything's good in the hood, right? Last trader standing, right? Oh, it's too hard and it's too difficult. Right? Now we find out, right? The killers. Are you a killer? What do you do? I'm a killer. I go after weak and fat and lazy hedge fund managers and, you know, thoughtless, heartless corporations that just lose money with inefficiency. I go after the sick central banks. Kill them all. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'm running on fumes. I don't know if I can get through a whole webinar and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, man, right? We're here. Kill us. So anyways, without further ado, let's try to get this going, huh? Let's play the happy music and go through the disclaimers and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, this is when the wimps wimp out, right? Right near the end, right? Oh, well, I got holidays. Did I wimp out on you when I was gone? Cruising around from island to island and island, taking care of business and stuff. Had a fantastic trading week. You and I traded on the beach. Huh? Oh, I didn't intro. Hang on, I have to type it properly. Miles asked if I leave my monitors on all night. And I'm not supposed to. The boss says it's very wasteful. Right? So the boss says it's very wasteful. And also, if I do that, my office gets really hot. But you know, Microsoft Windows and all its $178 trillion billion net cap, it's so good that you set the monitors to turn off after 3 hours, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Just really, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. So very often, if I don't shut my PC down, so I don't actually have a PC, I have a workstation, right? More like a server. Much more stable per se, right? If it wasn't for stupid Adobe always failing. But very often I leave it running, and what I do is I manually turn off the monitors. Okay, but I leave the PC running. No. I have to go doop, 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 doop. And then I usually leave these 4 on. Just you know, like if I'm doing homework, and sometimes I find the charts are distracting if I'm doing homework, so sometimes I just turn all these off and just have these 4. Yeah, that's how, yeah, I figured so. Okay. So hey, let me remind you that trading Forex is risky, and being a superhero is also risky, not appropriate for everyone. Would you go with the spandex suit or with the rubber suit? Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, Batman's got pretty good because the whole top part is like body armor, and then has the tights, which is and then the cape, right? You got to have the cape. But anyways, being a superhero and being a currency trader is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term. Never risk money you can't afford to lose. Don't pet a porcupine. All right? Don't hug a badger. But if you're in South Africa, you should try the spicy eland meatballs. If you want a good idea. That was fantastic. Hey, Ryan? That was fun. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mr. Vegetarian. All right. Boop, boop. My name is Wayne. I'm a currency trader. I love trading and I love you. Why don't we meet up at TradersWay.com and get to know each other? Our spreads are competitive. Our customer service is world class. Our execution is second to none. Swing on by, baby. Let's fall in love. I do these sessions every single day, Monday through Thursday here at Forex.Today. And I think it's a Thursday, right? I almost rarely know what day it is. Yeah, it's a Thursday, December 22nd. And then every Friday at FX Street, where I am a premium speaker, so you have to pay money. I'm also Forex Speaker of the Year. And I thank you for that. It was a real honor and pleasure to be Forex Speaker of the Year for 2016. There's not too many Fridays left. Tomorrow might be my last Friday as Speaker of the Year. You know what I mean? Yeah, Chief Market Strategist is a pretty neat title, right? Coolio, man. All right. So this is where we left things off. Is that right? Does this ring a bell with you? This is the beast. I'm suggesting that this low, lower than that low, is important. So let me mark that up. This low to that low is important, right? Returns to this area, which is the roll reversal, and you get that. Right? Sneaky, huh? And that, in a normal world, puts us down here. And I think there were pivots and stuff too, right? Wasn't there? Yeah, we're having trouble to get through 45, but maybe, just maybe, the smart money is going away. Oh, thank you, Arman. Okay. See, but that's the pattern that's maybe in play, but notice other things. Notice the rollover of the ribbons. Does that say be bullish to you? Nah. It does say, if you sell at resistance, really, I don't care about the ribbons. What I care about is support and resistance, but we already have that, so you take the shot. But you notice how we drop below the ribbon, retrace back into actual resistance. That's when you say sell, right? And it's supposed to be heading down, but maybe you go to neutrality at the very least, right? It's kind of purdy, don't you think? So we'll see. If it fails, right? But we're losing volume and volatility. What I'm hoping to do is have it push down. What would push it down? What would push it down to get to our little area? Maybe you have it as an apex. And I have too many triangles here, right? Now let's get rid of this other one. Well, I gotta tag that. I'm gonna tag this. Hi, then, come on, Bubba. There we go. Right? So maybe you have it tagged like an apex, right? But what else? Boom. Oh, I can't do it on this chart. Boop, boop. Gotta go. Excuse me. I gotta go here. Okay. Maybe the 21 keeps us down, right? Like, don't look at the 55. To me, the 55 is already dead, right? Like, look, 55's in control, 55's in control, 55's dead. Okay, so maybe the 21 now pushes us down, right? See it, 21 holding, right? 21 support, 21 resistance, 21 resistance, 21 resistance, right? And then what? Lower low, lower high, 21 resistance. What do you think? Life is beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Let's change this up a little bit. According to our previous discussions, do you think I'm a bull on oil or a bear on oil? Okay. And you could probably go through particular reasons, right? Oh, well, Wayne says this and Wayne says that and blah, 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 blah. So we're still in the gray zone in which to sell. Okay? But now we finally got the lower low, don't we? Hopefully. But I think this was significant, this breach here, right? So, do you see the inverse head and shoulders? Neckline. Right. All right. For some reason, I can't grab it. Oh, there you go. Right? See it? Yeah, we could be on the neckline now, so it could be a bouncy zone, right? But what you do is you go from the tip of the crown to the neckline. So if you're setting this up, like if you were setting this up to trade, which is what you would do if you were going to trade it, right? Your projection is here. You see? Spooky, huh? In fact, let me put it back to this area here. Oh, come on. Let me put it back to this area here, and that makes it just slightly longer, right? And that would put it here. Could be a coincidence, though, right? Yeah, it's probably just a random walk. By the way, do you know where the random walk comes from? Random walk theory? Yeah, I think it was a guy at Yale that wrote a book called A Random Walk Down Wall Street. And the analogy is someone drunk walking home. They know they're going home, but they're kind of staggering around, working their way home. And that's his description of Wall Street. Like, you never know where he's going to step next, right? Whoa, whoa, lean against the post for a while, maybe sit down for a while, kind of veering. Oh, I better get up into the center of the sidewalk. Mandelbrot. Yeah. But the idea is that it's random where he steps, but he's going home. Is another key component. He's not just walking around. He's trying to get home. And I say, well, I'm more like Uber. I just get in, say where it's going to go, and it goes. And that's where it goes. I like my way better. Okay. So anyways, oil coming down. Cool, because I Ubered it. I said, yeah, it's going to come down. So it did, because I told it to. So anyways, down, up, down, down. And to put it all back in context, when we were down here, we said it would go up only knowing that once it gets up here, people are going to wake up and realize OPEC can't actually carry out its deal, and there'll be no reason to have oil go up, and then it comes back down. Ryan says make a interesting rate path out of the FOMC. Well, we have to figure out if they know what they're doing or not, because last year they didn't know what they were doing. So what we knew in December was completely revised in January. Amazing, right? All right, so that I was going to use that to talk about CAD, right? I think we talked about CAD yen yesterday, didn't we? Every rose has its thorn, just like every night. So there's the 1 minute chart. I mean, you can make money on that, right? Doesn't look random to me. Down, 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 up, down, 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 right? It's just when you get caught in here. Well, the reason you get caught in here is you stop looking at markets. Where's the volume? You're going to get big volume in here? Maybe, maybe not. Where's the money coming from? Obviously, London Open. I believe there was some Kiwi news yesterday in here, and that would create volume and volatility for commodity currencies in general, and yen also. Okay, but again, if you look at the longer time frames, right? Like we're probably on our way down to the daily 21, right? So that's down here. That's what, 86? We're still at 87 and some change, right? So there's still 150 pips left in this sucker before we have to get worried, right? Speaking about head and shoulders, right? Actually, we talked about this last week. It's a crown. It's not a head and shoulders, right? Every rose has its thorn. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Yeah, 86. Boom! Check it out. Check it out, y'all. Check it out, y'all. You like them apples? Hey, I was walking down the street in Boston, what, a week ago? Wow, amazing. 10 days ago? Seems like 2 years ago. When I was out there to take my final exam. Anyways, I'm walking down the street. I'm like, oh, there's the bar from where he says, how do you like them apples? I'm like, yeah, that's interesting. Hey, you like apples? How you like them apples? Right? He gets her phone number, right? Yeah, it's a fantastic movie, huh? First, they wrote that, and produced the movie, and raised the money for it and stuff. Like, good for them, huh? Was that the one you starred in, Ryan? Yeah, bad remake. Yeah. You had to play the villain. All right. So, anyways, isn't that groovy? So it's likely to extend down to the daily. Well, do you think the daily is important? Yeah. So that's how it all comes together, right? Do, 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 do. So you're going to need oil to come down. Oh, wait. What an ale. What an ale. That is an ale. All right. So what else is. Am I bullish or bearish on the US dollar? Am I bullish or bearish on the Canadian dollar? Okay. Do you have, can you think of one reason why I'd be a bull on the US dollar and one reason why it would be a bear on the Canadian dollar? You don't have to answer. It's just whether you know or not. You're like, man, you covered this 900 times, right? Yeah. Yeah. Right, so then we could do something like, Wayne, how do I trade USD CAD? I just don't know. I just don't understand. Hmm. That's interesting. Now, why would it bottom out at 131? I know I'm a bull on this, but why 131? What a random walk down Wall Street. What's so interesting about 131.00? Why not 130.000? Why not a big psych? Like, oh wait, are you telling me that monthly support 2 is important to the institutional market? Is that what you're saying, Ryan? Filling your mouth with words, huh? Yeah. 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 Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's well, interesting, right? Like, so let's say, okay, let's say you're a student at Harvard and you're having a conversation with a professor, world renowned on TV all the time, writing books, meeting all the big people all around the world, heads of state, right? All this kind of stuff. And he tells you that it's completely unpredictable, that there's no way in the world. And of course, technical analysis is just stupid and dangerous. It's dangerous. And yet you see this every day. How do you handle it? I mean, look at that. I am convinced that it flipped at 131 because of that pivot point. Yeah, what are you going to do, Zeal? Find a better university? Can you imagine you're meeting with the admissions officer, and you're like, "Well, I'm kind of holding out for something better." So, I mean, I'm convinced it's that pivot point. Anybody else? So what do you say to a currency trader that's like, Wayne, I've been working my butt off and I've been trying this for a couple of years. I've blown up a few accounts. My spouse is about to leave me. I've done everything I possibly can. How can you possibly help me, Wayne? Help me, Wayne. And I'll say, all right, show me your charts. And they use daily pivots, but they don't use weekly pivots, and they don't use monthly pivots. I mean, that's a voila right there, right? You're like, well, look at that. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Why does it say USD yen? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I say I don't even see it anymore. Something went wrong in Haywire somewhere. I think the plugin that writes that is died, and it doesn't change it. So hang on. I don't think. Hang on. Was it something I did or something I said? Did my trade not turn out right? Do 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 do. I did it, did it, did it, did it, did it. Yeah, see, it's funny because there's nothing there, right? So let's just sort by description. Do 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 do. Dope. See, there's nothing there that is writing that. And yeah, and then the indicator. Let's do that one. Get rid of the automatic trend lines. See, there's just nothing there that's drawing it. As far as the chart's concerned, there's nothing there. It's weird, huh? Yeah. No, it has nothing to do with TradersWay. It has to do with a plugin somewhere. So I'm sorry that's confusing. Sorry, I just look through it. But yeah, this is USD CAD as you see up here, or down here, USD CAD. Yeah, it's Obama's fault, and Hillary too. Yeah, crooked Hillary. So yeah. So anyways, amazing, right? So when does somebody get on the clue train? The thing is, there's nothing here to tell you to believe it, right? Because you would possibly sell here and here and here and here and here and here and here. Like, when do you know? Well, I knew when it was coming down. Remember? Very clear about it. It's coming down. Yeah, but it's going to go up. It's coming down fast. Yeah, I know it's going to go up. Oh my God, it's coming down so fast. Yeah, I know. It's going to go up. Why? Because I made a decision. Right? So chasing price never works, right? Find the support, bro. Find the support. So anyways, it's Oscar Mike. It's on the move. That's cool, right? So, OPEC's cutting and yet oil inventories are going up. That's weird. Well, you're not at resistance here, are you? I mean, you have to make a call. So there's no resistance on this chart. right? So you got to make a decision. That's all. That's why they invented the 1 minute chart and the 5 minute chart. But if you have 4 hour resistance, fine. If there's weekly pivot points, then fine, right? I mean, you just got to make a decision, right? So on a 1 minute chart, your job's to buy at support. Well, it's not the world's greatest support, is it? Right? So you got to be ready. That's all. That's all. This is CAD Yen. Is there room for CAD Yen to fall? So that means there's room for additional USD CAD weakness, right? See what I mean? Sure know what I'm talking about? There's some room in here. What about oil? Oh, oil opened up just a few minutes ago. Doesn't look bullish. You got to pick your lines, right? I mean, look, if you are a bull in oil, and Ryan pointed this out earlier based on the old neckline, I mean, you could, if you are a bull, you could giddy up in here, right? But just make sure that that's what's going on. Okay? So, like, I'm a bear, as you know, and that seems important to me. Oh, wait. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. But yeah, there's no doubt, like, it's not just a neckline, right? It's here. So I think it's more than this silly little head and shoulders nonsense, inverse head and shoulders. I think it's generally, if this collapse low, it's important, right? Okay, sorry. Was it something I did or something I said? Did my words not come out right? I'm back to the 200 again. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Hang on. It's working, huh? It's working a little bit. So anyways, it's working not great. Did my words not come out right? So Aussie yen is at the daily 21. Kiwi yen is at the daily 21. What? Beast is getting there, right? But I think it's 100 pips down. I think we already covered that. Oil coming down, big shocker. Gold kind of not up, anyways, right? Look at all these sell plans. Great, huh? Down, sell. Just beautiful. I'm telling you, it's all about the bias. It's all about the bias, about the bias. That'd be a good remix, actually, huh? Yeah, I've been hearing that for years. Used to have a pretty good set. They're all new songs, huh? So, anyways, we're just kind of hovering, right? It doesn't scream like, "Hey, dude, you should throw a whole bunch of money on this," right? Feels like slow as molasses on a cold Georgia morning, doesn't it? Well, Miles says double bottom on a 4 hour because you're looking at it this way, right? But that's why I put things into context with like pivots. So would the market want this to bottom out? No. No, that's not what the market would want at all. So you have to use the psychology of the market. So what does the psychology of the market want? What does the market want to do? Don't tell me sell, sell, sell. All right. Well, let's see. Those are the pivot points, the weekly pivot points. Okay. So based on that, what does this tell you? I mean, it should be clear as a bell. It should be like reading the alphabet. Thank you. The market is going down here. We're going to hit the bottom of this green zone. Of course, in a normal market and all that. But that's where we're going. That's it. So you say, well, what about the double bottom? Like, there ain't going to be a double bottom. That's not what the market wants. Right? Now, of course, we're losing traders. But in a normal market, you don't think double bottom. Why the heck would there be a double bottom? So, for example, what moving average is holding us down? Yeah, 21. So I'm aggressive. Okay? So I'm aggressive. So I look at this like there's just no way. It's absolutely no chance, 0% chance that we're going to double bottom. Now, it might be wrong, but in my mind, I simplify things Because we're below the 21, I'm aggressive. There is no chance at all that this double bottoms. None. Okay? You see what I mean? Yeah. So that's it. What about the double bottom? There's no double bottom. Yeah, but it's going to double bottom here. No, there's no double bottom. Right? Well, how do you know? Because I'm right. I Ubered it. Right? That's it. I Ubered it. I know where it's going. I told it. Right? So anyways. So that's it. And of course, because of that, I know when I'm wrong too, right? It's all about your trade, but your trade too ugly. All about your trade, all your trade too smelly. Yeah. Well, Ryan says there's no double bottom until there's a higher high. Well, yeah, yes, okay, good, I'm right. But if the most important thing here, I suppose, is if the moving average was different. If it was a 55, even though we hadn't done any sort of higher high or anything, even if we hadn't even made a double bottom, even if we were up here, if that was a 55, like if it had pulled back a little higher, I'd say, yeah, it's going to double bottom. Even though we hadn't even done the second move down. So all we did was down, 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 up, 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 through the 21 to the 55, and we're just kind of here and down. I'm like, oh, it's going to double bottom. Right? Like, oh, well, that's it. It's going to double bottom. Right? And then Miles will say, well, how do you know it's going to double bottom this time? Because I'm right. But again, it's a mindset. Like, I don't know if I'm right. And of course, it could go lower. But if you've sat here for, let's say, close to 15 years and seen it a bajillion times, more often than not, it doesn't make a lower low in a scenario like that. So I'm just like, it ain't going to go lower. And if it went lower, I missed something on a higher time frame, or some dummy somewhere did something. Maybe there was some news or something. But I mean, all things being equal, that thing will double bottom. In this case, all things being equal, it's not going to double bottom. It's going to make a lower low. I know it. I absolutely, totally know it. Unless maybe the thin markets of the holidays screw it all up and not enough people are selling. That's fine, right? But if you're going to be a technician, right? If you're going to be a technical analyst, you're going to look at charts, then you have to trade them right. And there's only the right way and then what the other 95% of the people do. So I look at that, it's going down, that's it, end of discussion, right? MoveOn.com. And if it was a 55, it would double bottom. Done deal. It's going to happen. Next, right? And then if it doesn't do those things, it's very clear you're wrong, which is a great opportunity to get out for a small loss. I don't care about small losses, I only care about big losses, right? Right? But again, the certainty helps, but you can only have certainty if you've done your work and you've done your analysis and you've made a decision, right? And that you're hardcore disciplined. Well, you know, Miles says it's all about playing the odds, and okay, I'm okay with that, but it doesn't, on the whole, it doesn't feel good. It's I don't know. The probability, it's not quite right because that seems like an option type strategy, and a historical play. But I'm not looking at those historicals really. To me, it seems just more like the rules of the game, not necessarily the odds. I mean, I don't know what the odds are. I mean, really, if you said, well, what are the odds are? Well, now you're going to have to go back, and look at the 4-hour 21 over the last 3,000 years. But what about the moving averages on the other charts? And, you can get some overeducated quant to come in here and calculate the odds and come up with some nonsense. But to me, it's more like just the rules of the game. I sell at the 21. I'm done. That's it. I don't know what the probabilities are. But it seems to me, these are rules that's what happens when it falls. You know what I mean? So it's not odds or probabilities because I don't know what they are. Honestly, what are the probabilities? It should fall. I mean, I don't know, right? I don't know what the probabilities are. I'm not that smart. But it seems to me like I sell here, and I sell here, and I sell here, right? I sell here, and sell here, and sell here. And, you tell me the probabilities. I just say, look, I sell at the 21 and as resistance in a downtrend. I mean, beyond that, I don't know. I'm not smart enough. I have no idea what the true probabilities are, right? So rules of the game, that's it. I'm supposed to sell at the 21, so I do. And the funny thing is when you're consistent like that, and to me, consistency comes from simplicity. I'm not giving you hard formulas and complicated strategies and just very simple rules of engagement, right? But then if you can do them, and if you stick to them and you're hardcore about it, you become very consistent, right? And when they start producing results, the consistency gives you confidence because now you feel like you don't know what the probability of the market is. Like, what's the probability of selling off the 21? I don't know. But because you're looking for very specific setups because of these rules and because of your consistency, when you pull the trigger, you will probably make money. You don't know what the probabilities of the market, but the probability of if you're patient and you take things that look good to you under the conditions that you're used to, you will probably make money. And you can look at your returns and say, well, I don't know what the odds of the market are, but I can tell you, 67% of the time when I trade, when it feels good to me, when I follow my rules of engagement, 67% of the time I make money. That's the probability. Okay? Because you're consistent. Now, how do you become consistent? And of course, I'm just quoting straight out of my book, right? Straight out of Compton, right? You have control. Control creates consistency. Consistency creates confidence, right? And you can only get confidence from your actual numbers. So again, sort of control, what does that mean? Well, maybe you've done your research, you have a bias, right? You're at resistance in a downtrend, so you drop into a smaller time frame and you're looking for very specific things like moving average crossovers, candlestick patterns, and all that kind of stuff. And that is what brings the control. A trade plan. See, worst book ever written, but I think that makes sense. I mean, the 3 C's, right? You know how long it takes to really think about that? Like, what advice could I give to a trader so that they can become a better trader? Well, what makes me a better trader? What are the things, I mean, just a basic question like that can take you weeks. What is the essence of being a currency trader, right? You got to have confidence. Well, where does confidence come through? And just like, where does confidence come from? Well, I mean, it's a big deal. Well, then, how do you get consistency? Where does where does that come from, and how do you design that? And I mean, I don't know. Right? Yeah, Ryan says having a plan and standing for something. Well, you're still 250 pages short. Gotta have a few a little more than that, right? All right. So whoa. All right, so the yens we did some commodities. Let's say 21. Did I mention I haven't slept? Yeah. I might be running out of steam, bro. Ugh. Gold, oil, USD CAD, peso. You want to do peso? Yeah, it's just floating around. I never came back down. Well, maybe at the end of the year. Huh? How to get sessions separated on your chart, and how do you get the right? It's all on your MT4. Go into your terminal, right? Click on the tab and spend an hour looking for them. Kiwi, I thought I did Kiwi to death yesterday. I just don't want to bore you guys. So it's really easy. You're a bull or a bear, so you should know what you're doing. This is a 1 minute chart, not too complicated, right? What is it that you want to do? Sell around 81.50 or buy at 81. Yeah, but no, Jeff. But to everybody, I found them, on the terminal, right? So, is it here or code base? Here. You just go here, and there's millions of MT4 indicators, millions, and you just got to find them. Look, 3 days high low. Simple indicator which displays high low 3 days ago. Stokes position is an indicator, MT4 base, blah, blah, blah. Trading volume indicator, blah, blah. 3 days, Jimpo Renko line, universal, has a lot of settings, oh, thank you. You just sit here, find it. Artificial intelligence, right. Expert advisor using artificial intelligence, single layout, neutral network, used for blah, 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 blah. Hang on so I can clear my throat. There you go, right? So anyways, that's what you do. Three-line break, three-line break. This method has been described by Steve Nissen as the Japanese candlestick trading technique. Three-line break, blah, 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 blah. So you just find it. Jeff, there's never a last question, buddy. You're part of a family here. If you hang with us, we'll make you a success. That's all. I know it because that's our goal. So you're always welcome to ask. Well, let me ask you a question. Did you open up an account at TradersWay yet? Tell the truth. Don't lie. Your mother will know. Over 3 months ago. See? Boom. So I'll take care of you, J-Bone. Yeah. Yeah, so you just go through all this, right? Now, scalping, I mean, there's two ways to scalp. There's new scalping, which is a high volatility event-driven strategy, which is fine. And then the other one is I scalp, but I scalp off long-term charts. So I'll be on a 1 minute chart, but I'm going to try to sell off the 4-hour 21. But there could be like a 30 or 40 or 50 pip gap around that area, right? Not gap, but range. So I'll drop into there and then I'll look for psych levels and pivot point levels and all that kind of stuff that might act as the resistance. And I will then drop it like it's hot. So here's one, intraday Fibonacci levels. So I imagine that shows you the 382, 50%, 618, which I have on some of my charts, right? So, you could add that to your chart and you just download it. Download. See? So where do I get my indicators? Right here. Look, there's millions, guys. There's millions. I've spent hours here. Okay? And I think you can organize them, like, let's say, get rid of indicators. You don't want EAs, like, this EA will make you a millionaire. Get rid of scripts because they probably just send your personal information to some Russian hacker. So now these are just indicators you can plop on a chart and watch them work, right? So there you go, see? Here's a trend visualizer. Day bears, day bulls. You can just sit here and go through all of these, man. Just all of them. Tango line, Fibbo for yesterday and last week. Toolbox, pip value, spread value, arbitrage. Here's a clock. And I see the I clock. Second by second candle timer, not dependent on incoming ticks. Average to range. Yeah. So that's it. So like that's how you get to know your trading platform. Just spend hours messing with it. BB Win is the Bollinger Bands indicator in separate windows with trend lines. Cool, somebody made that. Trading information with fractal trend. 3 EMA crossover indicator. Okay, you get it?
GDP 3.5% is 2/10 higher than expected. Price index 1.4% is in line with expectation. Personal consumption 3.0% is 2/10 higher than expected. Core PC in line at 1.7%. Durable goods orders minus 4.6% is 2/10 higher than expected. Backlog 4.8%. X transport at 0.5% is 3/10 higher than expected. Backlog devised up 1/10. Capital goods orders at 0.9% is 5/10 higher than expected. Capital goods shipments at 0.2% is 1/10 higher than expected. The backlog devised down 2/10. Weekly jobless claims at 275,000 above the 257,000 expected. Continuing claims also higher than expected, 2.04 million. prior buys a little bit higher. Canada data, CPI month-over-month at minus 0.4% is 0.2 lower than expected. Year-over-year at 1.2% is also 0.2 lower than expected. Retail sales in Canada 1.1%, it's 0.8 higher than expected. Bank but also revised up 0.2. Ex autos at 1.4% is 0.7 higher than expected. Bank but revised up 0.3.
So Kiwi yen bouncing at the day open.
Okay, moving a little higher, following the data.
All right. Canadian retail sales much better than expected. Very good. But right. But of course, if they're importing and their imports were more expensive, maybe that's all it is. U.S. GDP final price 1.4, core 1.7, Canadian CPI negative 1.2.
Softer than expected CPI figures out of Canada. We're continuing to inch back towards that 135 mark. The recent high 135.87. So within a big figure of the late November high, 2016 high for dollar CAD.
We're approaching that resistance, but I'm thinking R1, right? But S2, M3, right? M3 to M1 is the typical move, but I don't know. So big miss on CPI out of Canada, 1.2 versus 1.4 expected. Remember, inflation in this case is good if you're in deflationary. U.S. personal consumption, 3.0, better than expected. Third quarter GDP annualized out of the United States, better than expected. Weekly jobless claims, bad. Wow, a terrible weekly jobless claims. 4-week average is 264. We got 275. Wah, wah, wah. Durable goods, way negative. X transportation, quite positive, in fact. Cool. Well, I think we started today with USD CAD going up, right? Thank goodness. What a lucky dog. Yeah. Hey, I don't mind being a lucky dog. Don't know about your trade, Right? Any way you want, man. Any way you want it, that's the way you get it. Coming up to the big psych, huh? Okay, let's see what happens in here. Any way you want it, that's the way you need. So I'm gonna say it's gonna. Oops, I'm gonna say it's gonna go up here and drop. So therefore, from that to that low, we come down to here. Come on now, don't be shy. It's going to come down to, that's going to be a big retracement, huh? I think it's going to do a 618786. I know you don't want me to say that, but let's see what happens. Of course, this is not USDN. Oh, there's the watermark. I could actually delete it from here. No, I can't delete it. I can't delete the watermark. It knows it's there. And then what? 6786 gets us to, yeah, gets us to the pivot. All right, well, good enough. That'll do, pig. Thoughts on USDN? Did you buy it at the weekly central? Good. Put your stop at break even, you'll be fine. Right? So what did I say during that interview on FX Street last Friday? I'm looking to sell all the yen pairs, just not USD yen. Yup. I know I said it because it's what I think. It's easy, right? Oh, look at that. Hey, look. It's a neat profile. Look at, yeah, see? Look like Madonna. Don't. Yeah, it was last Friday. It was supposed to be a whole bunch of right? A whole bunch of guys. Boris canceled a week early, a week before the event. Boris canceled, and then a day before the event, Ashraf canceled, and then like 15 minutes before the event started, Todd canceled. And FX Street's just sitting there like dumbfounded, like totally screwed. And I said, don't worry, this happened to me in China too. I said, the whole panel fell apart. I'm the only one around. There's a whole audience, hundreds of people. It's all on the schedule. They're all there, and there's no panel. I said, I'll tell you what, Daniel was there. Daniel helped. My goodness. So we did an interview. Daniel and I sat on the stage, and I was asked a bunch of questions. Daniel translated, and then we handed the microphone out into the audience for an hour and just took questions. Someone would stand up with a microphone and ask a big question. Daniel would translate it into English. I would answer. Daniel would take the microphone and correct all the stupid things I said and made me look good. And we just handled it. And so we did the same thing with FX Street. Everyone totally bailed. I mean, everyone's got reasons, right? But the thing is, like, don't worry about it. The show's going to go on. I'll handle it. We got it. Don't worry. I'm very opinionated. An hour isn't enough. But the funny thing is, I'm like, we got to wrap this up. I got meetings. I got to meet with the government. I got to meet with the central bank. I got things. I'm rolling. Like I'm in the islands. I made all these sacrifices. It was not convenient for me. But hey, not a problem, man. I'm here. Let's rock the show. And then, like, literally, I turned the computer off, and I'm flying out the door in a beautiful three-piece suit. What kind of idiot is walking around the Caribbean in a three-piece Ralph Lauren wool suit, perfectly tailored? What a monkey head I look like, huh? What an idiot. Yeah, who's that? No, that's just Wayne. Don't worry, he's harmless. Oh, did we just get my 786 retracement? Hey, tourists don't have pants, dude. Yeah. I swear to you, if someone said no, he owns the Four Seasons, people would believe it. All right. So, anyways, what else we got? Sorry, guys, I'm running on adrenaline. I'm still looking at the Kiwi 21 on the daily. Still eyeballing the Aussie Yen daily 21. These are all bounce zones, right? You know that when I say that, you should know that, right? Not quite there on the beast, as you know. You can't force me to buy a euro. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, Ross seemed like a really interesting guy. He got into the Forex business as a broker like 15 years ago. That was probably a good idea, huh?
2.57% now in the U.S. 10-year yield, the 2-year yield up to 1.2%. Equities slightly lower.
Yeah, he and I were talking before the interview. He was pretty cool. He's like, "Is that a volcano behind you?" I'm like, "Hey, man, I don't mean to frighten you." He's like, "No, no, no. I live in Guatemala. There's 3 volcanoes around me." I'm like, "I'm the idiot, right? I only have 1 volcano." Damn you, Ross. Damn you. Like, what are you doing in Guat? It's like, I love it here. Adopted a bunch of children, do some nonprofit work, get to do Forex, do some FX Street stuff. I'm like, what a neat dude, huh? Cool dude. So, anyways, I don't know. I hate to predict the future on you like that, but there you go. So, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. You have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow at FX Street. If you're a premium member there. Yeah, it is a euro per day. I know. Totally unaffordable. €1 a day. Hey, that's look. If it was me, I'd charge 300, but whatever. So that's if you're a premium member, I'll be over there. But like I said, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. And I hope you enjoy that gift. Yeah. Hang on. I wanted to thank somebody, but I'm so sleepy and tired. Who was it that I'm such a lame. I haven't slept, so my brain is not working. I want to thank who sent me cigars. Where's my? I don't even know where my email is. Can't find my email. Yeah. Who sent me the cigars? I'm sorry. Was it Ron? It was Ron, right? No, the other Ron. Hang on. So hang on. I'm so lame not to know it. It's yeah. Ron O. Thank you, Ron O, for the cigars. Really cool. I appreciate that. So and he's usually here, so I don't know if you're here. And sorry for me being lame. I just haven't slept. My brain's not working. So I appreciate that if you're in the room. I guess maybe he's not in the room. But he sent me a virtual gift card so I can just buy cigars. That's really cool. So, Yeah, so peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. And I will see you tomorrow at FX Street. And if I don't see you there, you have a wonderful weekend. Holiday schedule. Monday, I believe things are going to be closed. Even if the Forex is open, and I know TradersWay sent out the office hours, right? Even though they sent out the office hours and the market hours, and there are things like when the stock market's closed or the bond market's closed, very often the Forex market's open. But if the stock market or the bond market's closed, I don't trade. And very much important for the bond market. The stock market doesn't even really matter to us. I mean, it matters a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. We're bond traders. So if the bond market's closed, forget it. And if the stock market closes, that just means there's just less people playing, and it's not good. It's risky, right? So, I'm thinking it's going to be more like Tuesday. Okay? So that's my general rule of thumb. If it's a holiday in the United States, forget about it. I ain't tried it. Even if the Forex market's open, I never have. And this rule goes back 15 years. If the markets are closed in the United States, it's the reserve currency of the world. Big institutional players are not going to be there. Forget it. I'm not going to risk my money in a situation like that, right? Cool. Cool. If anyone wants to send me cigars, like I said, there's a virtual link. That's what Ross did, and I thought that was really cool. Just gives me like a number or something. So, anyways, hey, or sorry, not Ross, sorry, Ronnie. Thank you again, Ronnie. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. I'm always here for you guys, day after day. So you take care of yourself, and I'll see you before the New Year's, huh? But I'll see you tomorrow if you're going to be around FX Street. Cheers.